Hello and welcome back to the Wade Foster Show, where I try and bring you up-to-date knowledge on how to optimize your health, fitness, and longevity. And today we are going to be looking into where are some of the worst places you can put your money when it comes to your health, your wellness, your longevity. So we live in a age where you can spend almost unlimited amounts of money trying to become healthier. The problem is products generally with the biggest marketing budgets often deliver the smallest results. Meanwhile, the fundamentals that actually produce 90% of your health outcomes are often completely free or incredibly cheap. So today's episode isn't about calling products scams or anything like that. It's more, if you want to invest in your health, where should you be investing in your health? Where should you not be investing in your health for the certain outcomes that you want? So I work with incredibly successful individuals, so incredibly successful executives who will regularly spend thousands of dollars on different health trends, different health things that are popping up. I speak to thousands of people a year interested in coaching, and they'll spend $5,000 on this weird latest trend or whatever it may be, yet they sleep 5 hours a night. They'll buy every supplement on Instagram, yet haven't strength trained effectively for fucking 5 years. They try all the latest peptides, but they don't eat proper food. So health has become an industry of optimization before fundamentals. And this reminds me of one of my favorite quotes by one of the smartest and richest men to ever live, Warren Buffett. So he said, the best investment isn't the most exciting. It's the one with the highest return. And that is so true when it comes to investing, finances, but also investing in your health. So let's dive into what I believe are not smart investments. So firstly, anything that promotes fat burning, any fat burning product out there, useless. Nearly every fat burner contains some variation of the following ingredients. So you'll have caffeine in there, you'd have a green tea extract, you could have a coffee bean extract, L-carnitine, CLA, raspberry ketones, a list goes on and on and on, right? Many also contain what are called proprietary blends. Why supplement companies say proprietary blends? If it's not because they don't want anyone else, they don't want competitors to know, it's they don't want you to know. So when they say it is a proprietary blend, you do not know how much of each ingredient is in the product. They will just say it has these ingredients in a proprietary blend. Now, some of these ingredients that I listed above, right, bit of L-carnitine, bit of caffeine, can help with energy, which can help with moving more, which can help with burning more calories, but you need them in the right quantities. So with a lot of these fat burners, a lot of them are pointless. A lot of the ingredients are pointless. Some are effective, i.e. caffeine, but caffeine doesn't help you burn fat. It helps you have more energy so you move more, and the moving more helps you burn more fat. What is overall wrong with fat burners? So firstly, what are the marketing promises? Burn fat while sitting still. We're going to speed up your metabolism. We're going to melt stubborn belly fat. The reality is most ingredients produce no meaningful effect. None. Or they might give you a tiny increase in energy, which may help you walk more, which then helps you burn more fat, right? Even caffeine, arguably the most effective ingredient, only increases energy expenditure modestly and doesn't compensate for overeating. So a typical fat burner might help you burn the equivalent of half a biscuit? Like something like that. Meanwhile, just ordering a latte from Starbucks instead of a black coffee would outdo what a fat burner would do. So if you drink milky coffee, switching from a milky coffee to a black coffee will give you more net benefit than a fat burner. Like that's it. It's that simple, right? Many people also mistake sweating more for burning dramatically more fat. They're not the same thing. So there are certain ingredients, i.e. you have very, very high caffeine, your himine, etc., that can increase perspiration, sweating, etc. Oh my God. No, you're not burning more fat. You're not. So I wouldn't invest money in fat burners at all. But if your goal, obviously, of buying a fat burner is to burn fat, what I would invest money in, a food scale. Instead of buying fat burners, a food scale and weighing your foods out, right? Higher quality food sources, right? Higher quality protein sources. Coaching and accountability to keep you sticking to a diet, right? And things that don't cost money, getting more steps in, strength training, and getting better sleep. They will fundamentally produce exponentially great results in fat burning than a fat. Next place I would not invest my money. And this is a fucking marketer's dream, this one. Testosterone boosting supplements. Absolutely useless. So many common testosterone boosting supplements, they will have ingredients like vitamin D, magnesium, zinc, ashwagandha, tonga ali, D-aspartic acids. They're probably the main ones that will be combined. Now, some contain reasonable ingredients. Like some of these are pretty good, like supplements, right? Vitamin D. We fucking need vitamin D. Magnesium, we need magnesium. Zinc, we need zinc. Ashwagandha has been proven to help lower cortisol, lower stress, right? But none of these things are inherently going to boost your testosterone. So what's wrong with test boosters as well? Again, it's the marketing and advertising angle, right? You see it all the time on TV or on adverts or whatever in shops. The advertisement suggests you get more testosterone, which helps you build more muscle, which helps you have more energy and better libido, etc. And the evidence just isn't there. The evidence just isn't there with any of these ingredients to help boost testosterone. If you are looking at ways to boost testosterone that do not involve hormone replacement therapy, I'm going to walk you through them. So the most biggest issues are 1, obesity. If you are too heavy, you will have lower testosterone. If you are not at a healthy weight / healthy BMI, you will not have a good enough testosterone. 2, being under-muscled, you will have less testosterone. Okay, now this is key. They're different, right? Obesity is too much fat. Under-muscled is not enough muscle. They are different things. So we need to be a good weight, a low body fat, and good muscle mass. So that means a lack of exercise, a lack of strength training is a key issue with testosterone. You strength train 3 to 5 times a week with effort, you're going to get more testosterone. Next, sleep deprivation. You get less than 7.5 hours of sleep a night, you're going to have lower testosterone. If you get 7 to 9 hours of sleep on average, 30 days a month, you will have better testosterone. So making sure you're not sleep deprived. Next, chronic stress levels. One of the biggest issues is high stress. If you have a high stress job or you do not manage stress well, family stress, life stress, financial stress, you will have lower testosterone. So trying to get your stress levels in check will boost testosterone more. Next, excessive alcohol. Alcohol, massive suppressor of testosterone. Even one drink, massive suppressor of testosterone. Poor nutrition, mineral deficiencies will affect testosterone. So getting all of those things on track is how you would improve your testosterone without using hormone replacement therapy. Being a healthy weight, strength training so you increase muscle mass, sleeping 7 to 9 hours a night, managing stress / cutting stresses from your life, not drinking alcohol, eating whole single ingredient foods. Fuck me, you fix your testosterone. Where I actually think you should invest your money if you are worried about hormones is comprehensive blood work. This will tell you so much. Getting actual comprehensive blood work and actual identities on where your body fat is, your BMI, your muscle mass will help you way more. The reason why that's important, yes, if you are deficient in vitamin D, you will have low testosterone. So if you get your blood work done, find out where your vitamin D is, find out where your zinc is, find out where your magnesium is. And then you know what dosages of those ingredients you need to take, right? When you buy a testosterone booster, a bit like fat burners, it's proprietary blends. So you may need zinc, but you may need 400 milligrams of zinc, 300 milligrams of zinc, 250 milligrams of zinc, where some of these things could have 30 milligrams of zinc. So it's absolutely pointless for you, like not doing anything for you. So getting blood work done to understand where your hormone levels are, where your vitamin and mineral deficiencies are, is going to be a much better way of investing your money than fat burners. And how to naturally improve your testosterone? Drop fat. Get to a healthy weight. 2, build muscle. Strength train 3 to 5 times a week. 3, don't be sleep deprived. So aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. 4, manage stress / take stressors out of your life that you don't need. 5, do not drink alcohol or really limit your alcohol. Number 6, eat whole single ingredient foods. That's how you boost testosterone, not wasting money on testosterone boosters. Now, the next one's super, super interesting. Wellness IV drips, longevity IV drips, any form of IV drip. This popped up. I'm a member of quite an exclusive country club. I really like my country club. I love my country club, actually. It's one of my favorite places to go. However, I was looking through their spa packages stuff. And you got your massages, your facials, your therapies, whatever it may be, etc. And then they had longevity wellness section. Basically, it's IV drips, starting at £2,500. So not even dollars. What's that? $3,000? Going upwards of £4,000. So $5,000, whatever it may be. For nothing. They don't do nothing. Like, wow. It's crazy. It's like common claims for these IV drip experiences or whatever it may be. Like you get better energy, better recovery, better immunity, anti-aging, detoxification, hydration, hangover cures, executive protocols and performance. And then you go through the ingredients of what's in these IVs. Vitamin C, B vitamins, magnesium, electrolytes, amino acids. You know where we get all of these things from? Food. Get them from food. So yeah, I wouldn't invest in any of these things. Now, IV therapy absolutely has legitimate medical uses, right? So people with severe dehydration, right? You've been lost in the wilderness in the Sahara Desert for 7 days. You have certain vitamin deficiencies. You have a malabsorption disorder. Something like that you actually need medical treatment for, where you would go to a hospital and a doctor. Then you can look at IV therapies. For healthy people, there's very limited evidence, if not no evidence on it. However, why do people feel better when they do these things? Well, there's two reasons. Same with fat burners, same with test boosters. Actually, I'll come back to that. So like if you're dehydrated and you do an IV therapy, which a lot of people are dehydrated, you'll feel better because it's hydrated you. You've rested quietly in darkness or in silence for 45 minutes, so your nervous system is regulated. You are receiving fluids, right? You are receiving a dose of healthy ingredients, right? So you're expected to feel better after that. The next thing, which is the most powerful thing pretty much in human existence, is the placebo effect. If you do something that you deem is good for you, God, it's going to be good for you, right? You take a test booster, which means you put more effort into strength training, so you build more muscle. Well, you will have more testosterone, not because of the test booster, because you have built more muscle for strength training. If you take a fat burner, so it makes you walk more because you're like, well, I've taken this fat burner. I'm going to burn more calories because I walk more. You'll burn more calories because you're walking more. And the placebo effect is so real. I'm not against the placebo effect. I have done it in my life where I've taken something pretty much knowing it does nothing, but it makes me train harder or whatever it may be. So on the placebo effect, why it's so powerful. So there was a study done on steroids in the 1980s. It wasn't actually done on steroids. It was done on the placebo effect, but the whole sale of the publication of the study to the participants was steroids. So basically, there were two groups. One group were given a pill and told it was Anavar. This is an anabolic steroid that bodybuilders use to help build muscle. The other group were given a pill and said, this is not Anavar, this is a placebo. Both groups were put on I can't remember if it was 8 or 10 or 12 weeks, but on a training phase or on a training program, right? Then they were tested for like strength and muscle mass at the start and at the end. The group that took Anavar built substantially more muscle mass and substantially more strength than the other group, even though every other variable was pretty much trying to keep the same as possible. Now, here's the kicker. Both pills were the placebo pill. Both pills were the exact same thing. One were just told they were given a steroid, and the other were told they were given a placebo. So if you think you are taking a substance that is going to help you, you do the things that mean you're going to get the result. You're going to train harder. They probably ate better as well because they were training harder and wanted to maximize the benefits of the steroid. Same with a lot of these things. I'm not anti them if they get you to do the thing you should be doing in the first place. However, just do the fucking thing you should be doing in the first place, right? So that's IV drips. Next is anything with the word detox in it, or cleanse for that matter. 7-day detox, juice cleanse, liver cleanse, tea detoxes, colon detoxes, whatever the fuck they're called these days. What is wrong with them? So here's a good bit of info for you guys. Your body already has the most incredible and sophisticated detoxification system on planet Earth. Literally what your body does. Your liver, kidneys, lungs, gut. These organs work continuously. You don't turn detox on and off. It never stops, right? Like your body is just detoxing stuff 24/7. Now, why do some of these detox programs work? Well, guess what? You're eating fewer calories. You're eating less processed food. You're drinking less alcohol. You're having more water. That's why people feel better on these detox things, right? Oh my God, I lost 10 pounds in a week because all you did was drink green juice, right? Like, no shit, you lost 10 pounds. You put nothing in your body. You also didn't eat shit. So, like, toxins aren't magically disappearing from your body because you're on a detox. Like, the detox does fuck all. You're just putting different, like, healthier things in your body, lower calories, etc. The biggest issue with a lot of these detoxes also, they contain incredibly low protein. It's generally fruit cleanses or vegetable cleanses or whatever it may be. So you're not preserving muscle mass. So the 10 pounds you've lost, 5 to 7 will be water, maybe a pound of fat and a pound of muscle. Go back to normal living, you put the water weight back on, put the fat back on, you've lost the muscle. So anything with detox or cleanse, avoid. What's a better alternative? Living a fucking healthier lifestyle, for one, right? What do you do on a detox? Well, you reduce alcohol, you reduce ultra processed food, you reduce late night eating, you increase your fruit intake, your vegetable intake, your hydration, your sleep maybe, your movement. You don't need a detox. Your body is doing your body is detoxing. It needs to just eat a healthier lifestyle, be a healthier lifestyle. The last thing that I want to dive into is going to be biohacking devices. One of the fastest growing industries right now is like biohacking. You guys all know where I stand on that. If you live a healthy lifestyle, you've got nothing to biohack. Every month there is a new device, new thing coming out to promote health, right? Improve recovery, improve testosterone, reduce inflammation, reverse aging, increase energy. The problem isn't that the technology is bad. The problem is like confusing expensive gadgets with actual meaningful health improvements. So stuff that I get asked about regularly in this biohacking world. So what's it? PE. So pulse electromagnetic field mats, frequency therapy devices, hydrogen water, vibration platforms, some red light therapy stuff. That list goes on with this kind of biohacking world, right? What's wrong with them? Well, they promise too much. Read the marketing. Almost every device claims to improve every area of health and wellness. Like if one product did that, generally solve all these problems, every hospital in the world would own one. Right? It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Small effects become huge marketing claims. So let's dive into like red light therapy. So red light therapy, okay, has some evidence for certain skin conditions and some aspects of wound healing. So if you have skin conditions that red light therapy has been proven to help, great, right? Otherwise, it's not really doing much, right? Then you get infrared saunas, same as saunas, lots of benefits there, but not doing much else above it, right? From the sauna benefits, I'm not diving into saunas in this podcast, but saunas are great, but like paying extra for this infrared sauna when actually it's better just to have a normal sauna, like a kind of Finnish sauna, different, right? But because some of these things help with certain aspects of life, like saunas are relaxing, they help increase heart rate and sweating, so on and so forth. And they don't dramatically make you live longer or improve your athletic performance or replace exercise, replace cardio, burn fat, raise testosterone, anti-aging, right? A lot of these things don't work. And none of these things will work if you don't do the basics. None of them. Pointless if you don't do the basics. And that's with the issue. A lot of people look for a quick fix. What can I take to bypass me putting the effort in? Guess what? Nothing bypasses you putting the effort in. And that brings me on to a very nice, or something I find interesting, like a little stat. A lot of people listening to this podcast will be wealthy, right? I'm an entrepreneur. I aspire to certain wealth figures and numbers as well. However, getting rich is no longer rare. Being rich and in shape is rare. So the first stat, 9.1% of adults are now millionaires. That's 1 in 11 people are millionaires. 4.8% of men carry single-digit body fat. Okay, so double the amount of men are millionaires than have single-digit body fat. Here's the kicker. Less than 0.5% of men have both, right? Have both. So less than 0.5% of men are a millionaire and under 10% body fat. Fewer than 1 in 200 people. That's the number you want to be in, right? That's the room you want to be in. That's what you want to be, right? Getting rich is easier than getting in shape. The stats back it up. More people are millionaires than have single-digit body fat. because everyone's looking for the quick fix, right? Everyone's looking for stuff I've just looked at. Let me take this fat burner. Let me take this test booster. Let me do this, let me do this, rather than what I preach every podcast for you. Eat a whole food diet in a slight caloric deficit. Make sure you have enough protein. 1 gram per pound is on the high end, but it's easy maths, right? Strength train 3 to 5 times a week. Walk over 10,000 steps a day, ideally over 12,500 steps a day. Sleep 7 to 9 hours a night consistently. Manage stress effectively, remove any stresses in your life that you do not need. Have great social connection with friends and families in a good social circle, and do fun shit. Stick to that for a year, you'll be in shape. It's that simple. It's that simple. Now, I'll end you with this one. Something I find funny, always, is questions I have with clients quite often. So I've spent fucking silly amount of money on my education and health and wellness. Like it's over $200,000 on my education within the health, wellness, fitness, longevity thing, with all the qualifications I have, my bachelor's degree, my master's degrees, qualifications under the sun of sleep, stress, etc. Still to this day, the main reason people hire me in my company and the main reason people stick with us is, yes, we get the results, but the main reason is because we hold them accountable to doing what they fucking need to do. No product will give you that. None. No AI will give you that. None. You can ask AI questions. It can tell you what to do, but is it going to make you do it? No. Getting a coach who you build a personal relationship with and a personal approach with, who cares about you and holds you accountable to doing the shit you need to do, is going to get you there. I back myself as one of the best health coaches. I will still occasionally hire a health coach every now and then, just one to hold me accountable, right? Or I will have one of my coaches hold me accountable for a phase. Because I'm like, you know what? I could use someone looking over me for a bit. I'm doing good, but I'm slipping a little bit. I want to get in better shape. I'm going to have some. If you've got to send a progress photo every week to someone or a weigh-in or whatever, you're fucking going to stick to shit because you don't want to be embarrassed. So now, obviously, I do have a health coaching company. If you do want health coaching, the link to book a call with me one-on-one is in the description of the podcast. So please click that link and book them with me to discuss our health coaching options. But for me, the single best investment you can make is into a coach. Doesn't have to be me, doesn't have to be my team, be someone you resonate with, but someone who can hold you accountable to doing the fundamentals. Now, not someone who's going to tell you, we now need to do $10,000 worth of testing on you to find out X, Y, and Z. No. No. Blood work, useful. Handful of supplements, useful. Creatine, whey protein, a good multivitamin, a good omega, and if you really fucking hate eating fruit and veg, a good greens. But I'd rather you eat fruit and veg. That's it, right? Other than that, get someone to hold you accountable and build a strategic plan around your life that gets you better sleep, better nutrition, better exercise, better steps, better stress management, makes you do more fun shit, and makes you have a good social circle. That is where you should be investing your money if you want to be in the 0.5%. Men who are millionaires and men who have single-digit body fat. Catch you on the next one. Peace.